With all the new Overwatch players coming to the game, I thought it would be a good idea to make a video helping everyone decide who to main, or at least try, based off of previous gaming experiences. If this video does well, I may do more, so comment a game you want me to do this for, but we're going to start with who you should main in Overwatch if you played Titanfall. That was kind of a random video, random title, random game, but I just really loved Titanfall, so I wanted to do that first. So we're going to get the few obvious DPS characters out of the way. Soldier 76, who is your standard FPS character with an assault rifle, sprint, and an aimbot for an ultimate. So if you liked the smart pistol from Titanfall 1, or that one mission in Titanfall 2, then you might like this guy. He's very easy to learn, and it's a very good entry-level character to just sprout from there. You know, get the basics of the maps and whatnot while playing as him. But then of course we have Ashe, who has a semi-automatic rifle. Her dynamite grenade is sort of like the Firestar in Titanfall 2, and her ultimate summons a big robot to help fight, if that sounds familiar from playing Titanfall, but you cannot control it, you only control where it goes. So it's kind of like one of those like little Reapers or something from Titanfall 2, and it lasts for a decent amount of time. It's pretty cool. We're going to go straight into the Titans. So if you liked from Titanfall 2, if you like playing as the Ronin Titan who has a sword, you might enjoy Genji. He can run up walls, he can double jump, he can deflect bullets with a sword and use it in melee combat. He also has throwing stars and some other utilities, but that is the most similar you have to Ronin, though he is very easy to kill, so you couldn't play as like assertive as you could with the Ronin Titan, obviously. If you enjoyed North Star though, or the quad rockets from the original Titanfall, I believe the quad rockets are in Titanfall 2 campaign as well, though you might enjoy Pharah. She can fly with her jetpack, she shoots rockets, and she has the same ultimate as North Star, like legitimately the same one. She jumps up into the air. Actually, she doesn't even need to jump, you can do it from the ground, but it's just better to jump in the air. And she just fires like a huge volley of rockets, just like North Star did. And her rockets that she primarily fires are not hit scans, so they do take some time. It's different than North Star's original gun, but it's decent. It's pretty good. Then we got Torbjorn, the little dwarf man. He's awesome. He has a turret, and his ultimate is similar to how Papa Scorch works in Titanfall. He might be enjoyable. He just shoots out like a huge load of fire on the ground, and that makes the enemies who walk on that hurts. It's a little different than how Scorch does in Titanfall, but it's as similar as I can get. I really like Scorch. I don't really like playing Torbjorn, but it could be what you like. He also has his primary weapon is kind of like a Mozambique, but a little bit more powerful. Then there is Widowmaker, the first character I ever played in Overwatch 1. She is a sniper, so if you enjoyed the Kraber, you might really like her, but she's a lot less movement orientated than in Titanfall. She does have a grappling hook, just like in Titanfall. It works a lot differently. You can't slingshot across the map. It kind of just, you hit where you want and it takes you directly there with a lot less momentum than Titanfall would give you. And her secondary fire, so if you're not zoomed in, she does not have a sniper, so you can't no scope, but it's kind of like an SMG. It's not very powerful. She also has a mine. But she also has wall hacks for her ultimate. So in Titanfall 1, there was remember those burn cards? I don't know if anybody would by now, but there's a burn card that let you have wall hacks, so that's kind of similar for that as well. But if your favorite aspect of Titanfall was the movement, which a lot of people's were, then you might really like Lucio. Lucio will be the man for you. He can speed boost himself, he can speed boost his team, and he's the only character that can run on walls. Some characters can run up walls, but he can run sideways on walls, just like you could in Titanfall. He is a very common pick for support. His ultimate will also give a huge boost to your team's health that is nearby when you use it, so that's very helpful as well. Before I go into the obvious number one choice for here, I'm going to go through a quick few honorable mentions. There's actually a lot of characters that you can play as if you enjoyed Titanfall. So we're going to go with Hanzo, simply because he has an ability that emulates the Pulse Blade. One of his arrows, he's an archer, one of his arrows that he shoots does like a little ping through walls. That's similar, almost exactly how the Pulse Blade works. Though I'm not a huge fan of him. His bow doesn't feel like a bow, and I don't know how to explain that any better than that. He looks cool, his ultimate's pretty cool, but other than the Pulse Blade, there's no really closeness to Titanfall at all. Then we also have a few characters who have abilities very similar to Phase Shift. So Tracer, Kiriko, Reaper, and Symmetra have sort of abilities like the Phase Shift. Tracer has a blink ability, so she can go a short distance just by pressing There's 2 different buttons you can press. It does the exact same thing, but she just goes a short distance, and she can kind of rewind time at one point. So you might like that. Kiriko has a swift step ability. It's one of her 2 main abilities where she will just, if you're aiming at somebody even through a wall, you can teleport to them. Reaper has 2 teleports, sort of. One is an actual teleport, and the other one is a lot more like phase shift. It's probably the most phase shift typed ability in the game. And then we have Symmetra, who creates a teleporter, and she can also create a few turrets. So a few similarities there. And then we have Sojourn, who can slide and jump really high on that slide. So if you liked bunny hopping, it kind of is like that from Titanfall. She also has a pretty generic assault rifle that secondary fire is a pretty strong sniper shot if it's built up to 100%. So that's good too. And then Bastion is just a little mini Titan, sort of. He can transform into like a little tank, and, well, I guess it's not really a tank, but it's a little tank, and he shoots really, it's very concentrated fire, it's very strong. And he's like a little mini Titan, so you might like him. But if you notice in the background this entire time, there has been some gameplay going, and it probably has given away who my #1 top pick is for. If you've enjoyed Titanfall 2, it would be D.Va. D.Va is literally a Titan. D.Va is a name of the pilot, but she operates a Titan. She has a nuclear core as her ultimate. She literally calls in a Titanfall that can squish opponents, and she can call it immediately after her nuclear core goes off. And if you lose it, you have to build it up. Her primary fire when she's out of the mech is kind of like a mix of an L-Star and a Volt. And so if you liked or enjoyed those, she's really easy to learn when she's out of the mech. She has a shield very similar to Ion's. It doesn't reflect the bullets back, but it just eats everything, and it's on a timer which you can cancel at any time. But it does not have a damage amount, so you can literally absorb as much as you can in the 2 or 3 seconds it gives you. You also have a volley of missiles as your other ability. It's kind of like how Tones works from Titanfall, and it's just a nice boost. You can also fly for about a few seconds, 2 seconds I believe. You can fly. You can also use your shield while flying, and you can use your rockets and primary fire while flying. It does a little bit of damage on impact. And you can go straight up, you can go straight forward, you can go straight down, depending where you are. It doesn't matter. It'll shoot you wherever you're looking, pretty much. And she just is all around a lot of fun. A lot of people choose D.Va because of the pilot, the D.Va girl, because she's like a anime esport girl or whatever. But I really like her for the mech. I don't care who would be piloting the mech at all. I just like having a lot of fun with her as the mech because it reminds me so much of Titanfall and why I wanted to make that video. So again, if you want to see me do one of these videos on a completely different game, maybe not a shooter, let me know and I'll try to do one for it. Thanks for watching.